In this video, I'm gonna share with you where the whole idea of the pursuit of purpose started from and why it is important for me that I pursue God's purpose for my life. So, even on this channel, I'll be sharing with you my journey to purpose discovery, where I am right now, and where I'm going, and the things that I believe God is calling me to pursue as I pursue His purpose for my life. So, it's going to be an interesting journey and follow through, and I pray that God may speak to you and may you be inspired by my journey and my discovery and the insights that I share with you on this channel. So now, where did all this begin? Where did all this start from? So first and foremost, you have to realize one thing you need to know about me is that I grew up from a struggling background, and growing up I struggled so much with infidelity complex and low self-esteem. Now, where did this come from? Where was this coming from? Why did I struggle with infidelity complex? Growing up from a humble background, one of the things that we used to entertain ourselves with was activities. We would play games, different kind of things. But the challenge for me was I wasn't so much athletic. Like, I don't have speed when it comes to running. So most of my peers were always ahead of me when it comes to running. So now imagine you are growing up in that environment where everyone around you seem to be better than you. They seem to be better than you, and yet you are always, it's like you are always coming last. So it began this thing of inferiority complex where I always felt like all my friends are better than me. They are better than me. But there were other activities where I flourished as well, like in certain games that required to use intelligence. I flourished in those activities, but the most dominant activities that we used to do were required being athletic, being fast. So, because those were the most dominant activities, I felt like I wasn't enough. But when it comes to different activities like kite making, I was the best in that area. So whenever we were doing those activities, I was the best. And another thing that I never realized I possessed was the ability to to relate with everyone around me. Like, I could easily communicate with my friends. Some of my friends used to know each other through me. So these are the things that I used to happen in my life. I came to realize later that I was good at relating with people, but growing up, because of the dominant activities that we used to do were in those areas where I wasn't good. So this inferiority complex began to develop. Like, I began to feel inferior always, and as I grew up, it just kept growing and growing. This thing where sometimes, as I've grown up, I've realized that, and I do this often. I like to affirm young people. I like to spot what they are good at and affirm them in those areas, because that can be huge for a young person, for you to just speaking good of them, to spot what they are good about and just affirm them in those areas and inspire them and encourage them that they can be better. It can be huge for young people. But surrounding where we were growing up, we never used to have that. So as a result, I grew up struggling with this. So now, an interesting thing, like, even when it comes to schoolwork, what started happening was I wasn't good when it comes to schoolwork, but I was somehow, yeah, when it comes to mathematics, I was good at math. But these other areas, especially English, it was really hard for me. So I used to struggle so much. And another thing that also contributed, it's funny that in all my classes, usually in my classes, I I was I was always one of the youngest. I was always one of the youngest in class. If not, maybe to the boys, I would be the youngest. Maybe one of the youngest. Like it was always like that. So because of that, and in Africa, bullying at school, it's not something that maybe in nowadays, but in those days it wasn't considered to be a big thing. So you'll be bullied. There will be those bullies will get maybe your things, maybe a pen, maybe a book, maybe some of the stickers that you have, those collections that we used to do. And it used to happen like that. So you always, like, I always felt like I was I wasn't enough. I wasn't enough. But the interesting that happened is when I was in grade 5, something interesting happened. I was the youngest in class, and I was growing up. I was very short. So now it happened that this madam who became our teacher, she appointed me the class captain by then, and I was the youngest. So it really bothered me, like, how come I'm the youngest? What does this madam see in me? It's either she's crazy or she has seen something interesting in me. And that's the first time I saw the light, and the first time things started to shift for me. But even though that happened, I always the struggle with inferiority complex just continues. When I got in grade 8, I found that some of when I had this friend of mine. I came from a well-to-do family, and it so happened that I was very comfortable with him visiting me than me going to his place. Every time I was at his place, I struggled. Like, I felt like I'm not fit for that environment. I felt like I'm not enough. It's so interesting. I can go on and on, but just for the sake of time, let me speed up. So things started to change for me when I got born again, when I got saved. And it was interesting. When I got saved, I wanted to know the truth about God. So I'm one person who is driven to find out the truth, because I have realized how a lie can ruin someone's life, yet that person may even possess everything that they need to change their lives, but because they don't know who they are, it can ruin their lives and make their existence miserable. So I've always had this pursuit to find out the truth. I came across a scripture in Hosea 4 verse 6. It says, "My people perish for lack of knowledge." That scripture became the anchor of everything I did as a Christian. So people are perishing. I realized earlier that people are not perishing not because of the devil, but they are perishing because they lack the knowledge of the truth. So the devil is there, but the devil is not the reason why the majority of people are suffering or are perishing in life. It's because they lack knowledge. So what was that knowledge? And it was the knowledge of the truth. And Jesus said that you shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. So if you want to be free in life, if you want freedom in life, you have to have the knowledge of the truth. So what is this knowledge of the truth? This is all my journey, like growing up. This is the things that I've gone through. So now, because of this, I came across the teachings of Dr. Miles Munroe, and when he shared about purpose, the purpose for life, why God created us, I was hooked to that teaching. I was hooked to the teaching of purpose so much that it became my obsession. It became my obsession. I wanted to find out, why am I here? Why do I exist? And it made me to start questioning certain things that I was feeling, because I felt as if I wasn't enough. Like it's like God didn't equip me for the things that I needed to have. For example, most of the activities that I used to do with my friends, I was the last. So how come it's like these guys, they have an advantage and me, I don't have an advantage? So what is happening? So why did God create me this way? So there was a point in my life where I even hated myself. I didn't like myself. Why? Because it felt as if I wasn't enough. Like, these other people, friends, were better than me. But when I began to discover God's purpose for my life, the shift started. The confidence started coming, I began to discover my identity. And as I discovered my identity, I began now to begin to pursue this. It became an obsession. I began studying purpose, teaching it to others. I've been studying purpose and teaching it to others for more than 10 years now, for more than a decade. So I have so much information that I can share with others, which can help them discover their purpose, discover their identity, and even learn how to develop their potential. So this is what this channel will be about. I'll be sharing my journey, where I'm coming from, the things that I've learned, the things that I struggled with, and where I'm going, and even sharing idea with us that can help us even build business, because I'm so passionate about entrepreneurship, about building businesses and leadership. So there will be a lot of insights that I'm going to be sharing with you, friends, and I hope you stick with me on this journey. So this is the beginning of my journey. This is where it started from. I know I've shared just in summary, but I'll be getting in details. I'll be sampling some of the stories, some of the experiences that I've had, and share with you how I overcame that, what I learned from those experiences, and even the insights from the Bible, how I've been growing, how I've been developing myself, and where I'm going and where I believe God is taking me. So friend, it's going to be an exciting journey. I pray you continue to stick with me in this journey and you learn one or two things. So in this video, I'm going to end here. Thank you so much for watching. Kindly subscribe and share with others, share with your friends, and be part of this journey. And you can check my on the links on my profile on this channel. I have a newsletter where I share the pursuit of purpose, where I share free insights and nuggets that can help you develop. The pursuit of purpose is not just for me, it's a movement. It's something everyone should adopt. I believe everyone must adopt and pursue their purpose in life and be distinguished and have an unfair advantage in life and succeed, because I believe success is when purpose is achieved. So how can you be successful when you don't know your purpose? That is what I'm looking at. We are here to explore true success. True success is when purpose is achieved. So thank you so much for watching, friends. Kindly subscribe and share with your friends. Thank you so much. God bless you.